So I'm like, this is a little weird, Meanwhile, my buddy, Todd, who, by the way, later in the years went into a diabetic coma and almost died because he's such a fucking drug addict and junkie. He's buying fucking crystal meth from some guy across the bar, like not paying attention to pussy at all. He wanted drugs. So we close this whorehouse, for lack of better terms. We get in a cab. We're on our way to her place. And I tell the cab driver, I need to go by the pharmacy to get condoms in Spanish. And he says, the pharmacies are all closed. And then this little prostitute yelps out, "Oh, we don't need condoms." Well, at this point, come on, Frank's a crazy guy, but that's a very bad sign. So we get to her place, and just for the sake of being polite, I've always referred to this as like the Tijuana Melrose place. It was this square building with like an atrium with no plants, of course. So we walk by, I see this little bathroom, like in the communal area. We walk in her room, and it's quite the scene. It's a very small studio, and she had a siphon hose going from the her flooded bathroom out the one window she had, which was like this little kind of peekaboo sliding window. And it was at this point I kind of realized what I'd gotten myself into. So, I'm going to kind of fast forward to the part that I think is going to amuse you, okay? So we're doing this, my buddy Todd breaks out the meth, and him and the hooker and some guy from upstairs comes down, and they're doing meth, and I'm picturing myself getting chopped up and thrown in a fucking barrel of lye and just awful things. So he leaves, and she gets horny, and she starts to give us a double blowjob. Well, it occurs to me about a minute or two into the blowjob that I'm receiving oral sex from a Tijuana prostitute with no coverage.